Welcome into our final fixture of Super Rugby Next Gen. And what an action-packed few weeks it has been. To finish things off, it's a classic cross-state rivalry as New South Wales Waratahs take on the ACT Brumbies. Going to have your company live from Eric Tweedale Stadium on a beautiful Sydney day. Jordan Hughes with you on the call alongside former Red and Wallaby, Liam Wright.
This is going to be an epic finish. The Brumbies are chasing their first win of this competition, and the Tars coming off a big loss last week against the Reds. They will be the favourites today, but with a point to prove.
Big crowd steaming in, and what is looking a beautiful track here in Sydney. Plenty of points on show. That will be something to behold. But yesterday, Wrongers, we crowned our champion, the Queensland Reds. They were impressive over the Force.
They were, and they got themselves off to the start that they wanted. We saw in the first two rounds of the competition they were trailing early, had to fight their way back into the game. But yesterday they got off to a flying start, got out to about 33-0 and then just kept the foot on the throat. The Force showed some real good fight back in that middle period, but it was the Reds all the way along and deserved winners of the first inaugural Super Rugby Next Gen competition.
57-17 was the final score. So the Reds, they're on top, but there's still so much to play for this afternoon. The Waratahs, they fell short against the Reds last week, and a lot of pundits would have picked this Tars team to take it out, but they will be eager to bounce back today. And here's the lineup today, and one man who's been impressive across the tournament, Tyler Mayberry in number 2 jersey. Watch out for him today. Ed Baxter gets the start in the number 5 jersey, pushing Isaac Fanua to the 6. The captain is Marshall LeMaitre. The half pairing of Angus Grover and Jonty Fowler, a new look combination this week. But a back 3 is where they have all the strikes. Brody Folks, Lewis Fenwick, and Rory O'Connor on the sting. And their opponents today, the ACT Brumbies, Liam, chasing their first win of the campaign. And what a win it would be if they could knock over the Brums today, knock over the Tars today. It
would be a huge opportunity for them, and that one they're going to come out really fighting for. And it's going to start in the forwards. Yoel Kruger at number 2 and his tight 5 pairing of Billy Hanson and Jack Gordon in the second row. They need to guide the set piece around. We know the back row of Cleary, Orr and Eagle with the captain will come in firing, but it's the spine as well through the back. Sam Watson, Chase Oates and Angus Tucky Bow will be really important to make the right decisions of when to play and when to get themselves downfield today.
So many good matchups across the park. I want to get your opinion on the 2 number 8s today. Cooper Eagle up against Toby Brawl. I guess similar players, similar stature, but very abrasive as well.
Very abrasive, both in slightly different roles. Toby Brawl is controlling the line out for this New South Wales Waratahs team, and that's something it's probably fallen off a little bit last week and cost him a few opportunities against the Reds, but he's a really good grinder. He just does the hard stuff, does it repeatedly. Cooper Eagle is probably more your traditional number 8, comes off that back fence, wants those big runs, looking for that. So slightly different, but both with huge impacts for their team.
So the Brumbies will look to kick things off, running left to right on your screen for our final fixture of Super Rugby Next Gen. A lot of these young men pushing for a green and gold jersey at the World Championships over in Georgia later in the year. Todd Cummings, our man, in control. And we're off and kicking in Sydney. The Brumbies and the Tars in Super Rugby Next Gen. And the Sky Blue, they'll have first receipt of it. Angus Grover, a name that seems to be around for a long period of time. He's been a dominant force through the Waratahs pathway system as he looks to go to that boot early on. And a man that can break things open, Tungi Kaki Bao, gets
number 11.
An early error, a bit of an obstruction there. It looks to be Jacob Johnson getting his line wrong, and the Tars will get the full arm.
Yeah, and that's a big change that the refs have focused on this year. Really making sure there's no escorting going on. We want a clean competition in the air. As you just see, Johnson, keeping his winger out of the contest, allowing an easy take for Tucky Bao. But that's a collision and contest in the air that they're trying to get more of.
Mayberry, very impressive in the losing side last week against the Reds. His first assignment is a good one. So Grover finds Fowler, and the man we spoke about in the pre-game, big Toby Brawl, with some early ascendancy. Now look to shift it on the outside, looking to get their big bodies and big wingers involved. This time it was O'Connor coming in with an early involvement, but gets pinched away in the end. The support a bit slow, and the Brumbies will win the penalty.
And that's a good first offensive set from the Brumbies. Riley Whitfield with a really good turnover there. the man we ID'd in the program, Toby Bryle, actually taking that first hit up for the Tars. So he's subbed his role out of that line out into more of that crash carry, which will be strong go forward for them. But Chase Oates now with the massive boot that we've seen all tournament to put them downfield as far as they can.
Okay, holding there, Blue.
Unable to find the chalk in the end, so we'll be back to that man again for Oates, and he goes to Tungi Bao. 2 tries last week. He goes to the skies, does the fullback and finds his opposite number, Fenwick. Just stabs that one down the line. An AFL style over the head there for Oates, who takes his time. They kick tennis to get things started, and we'll set up for a line out. We've had 5 away from halfway.
And we haven't seen a whole lot of that, Geordie, the kick tennis battle in this competition. Both sides have been willing to throw their arm, chance their arm at actually having that run around. But it's an important part of the game and one that both teams are looking to get right early.
So up above the pack is Brennan, and that one's intercepted straight away. And the speed for Watson will catch the napping, and the Brumbies will strike first. Sam Watson, what a score!
And how about that? Back-to-back great defensive sets from the Brumbies. They get the pressure on the breakdown before. They get a little bit of territory gain through the kick battle. And then here's where it really happens. Just a slightly sloppy line-out win. That ball is not over till it's in the Nine's hands. That's what the forwards like to say. Just allows the time for Sam Watson to get up in the channel. And he picks that off so well with his backhand. He'd almost overrun the intercept, Geordie. But that's a great start for the ACT Brumbies.
Left hand to a right hand. Juggled on the way through, but eyes up footy at its very best. Watson strikes first. And just the momentum the Brums needed.
20 seconds.
5 points to 0. As Chase Oates will take his time to line up the extra 2. And the Canberra Royals club. No worries there for the playmaker. It's 7-0. And the men for the nation's capital, it's a good start.
Yeah, and if the Brumbies are going to upset this Tars team, they're going to need to take opportunities like that. As we have one more look at it, good line-out pressure in the air, just forces a slightly sloppy takedown, and then he is all over that. They're going to need to take those opportunities, do the simple things well, and just keep going back to back.
And that's an early win for Watson over Grover too. Always a fun battle between the 2 number 9s. And the restart is sloppy as well. And the Brumbies will get a reprieve.
Yeah, good contest in the air there. That's Fenwick. Gets up nice and high. Contestable, slaps it back. Lungy, his tight head prop, just can't hold on to it. But interesting to see the Tars going for a contested kickoff right away early.
Centre field as well.
Centre field, yeah, you're right. You tend to not see that a bit more until later in the game.
Good tactical option this time. Falls up a bit short. Scrum time now as the try scorer Watson assesses his option. Goes to his crafty 10 who loops the pass over the top. And now Lyons looking to stretch the legs. Throws a wild one back on the inside and Watson's there to scoop up the scraps. So the Brumbies now look to set up and the scrum half is not there. It's stolen now from the Tars, and now a chance to return serve. Back on the inside to Lemaitre. Now one more to Folks, who bounces out of a couple and gets wrestled to the chalk. A venture there from Oates. Now the Tars looking to respond. They go the right hand side. It's a kick over the top. And it's going to have far too much on it, and Breton will ground it in goal.
Well, how about that? We spoke about taking the opportunities. Marshall Lemaitre, the captain, played plenty of first grade down in the Shute Shield. Just sneaking around that ruck. The ball is out there. He spots it and he goes for it. Then you get it to the speed man, Brodie Folks. Great little interplay here. Nearly getting themselves towards the try line, but that's a great start for them. This kick option, perhaps not so much. Thought they had a bit more chase going through. But Dylan Breton getting back just in time.
It's a booming kick as well. And there's a way to keep things on the right terms for the Brumbies. Pin the Tars back down their own half. That's a booming goal line dropout.
From centre field as well, under the post.
So Mayberry goes to the back this time. The new man Baxter getting the start today. Finds Bryle in the midfield. Grover, again, the outside backs just lurking and popping up around the ruck, trying to find some lazy forwards. There's Brendan now, who's had an impressive campaign.
Outside 50.
Grover, outside 50, the call from our referee, and he plugs it, and the angle is off cue. So we'll come all the way back.
Yeah, not a bad option from Grover. Probably getting slightly
The scrum of 22.
offline. Their carry's gone over the 50. That would have been something they'd practiced in training, where you land behind that 50 line, go for that 50-22.
50. Scrum.
Taken back in and kicked dead. But you can see the intent of the number 9. Just trying to get them in the right areas of the field, allow his forwards a bit more rest. We know it's hot conditions down there today.
Good first scrum, that's our stand. Coach. Bind. Set. In now 9.
Sam Watson, of course, played for the Queensland Reds under 16s, Nudgee College product. Feeds it, there's Oates.
Okay, it's always taken back.
Goes over the head, taken back is the call, and up.
Okay, it's
And help
always
us shoot is
taken back.
Jonty Fowler.
Scrum was
And it'll be
set
one
outside
bounce into
50.
touch, just to slow things down ever so slightly.
Both teams just looking for that early 50-22. Taken back, but that's a real nice cross-the-body kick from Chase Oates. We've spoken already about how big of a boot he's got. And mentioned in the pre-game about how important it will be for the spine of both sides just to play in the right areas of the field.
Through the fingertips of Baxter, but Bryle's there to scoop up the leftovers. Look to set up some real estate for Grover to get the angle and plug it away.
Ball's still live.
Oates going to waste no time and finds his electric fullback, Tungi Bao. Over the top he goes, looking for Whitfield. He's got a bit of feet about him and bumps through a couple up towards the 22. 7-0 the score. The Brumbies in control for the time being. Watson now for Oates out the back door. Was this a rematch of what we saw in the Super Rugby Under-19s grand final last year, which was an absolute thriller. It always is when these two sides go toe-to-toe. Oates now for Breton, always good for a straight carry. The inside centre. Watson. Hanson.
No. Good work.
Lachlan Smith plays at the back door. The line speed, though, causing some headaches for the Brumbies. And they maintain possession for the time being. Smith, this takes a settler. Spent the last few seasons down in Canberra.
Holding in front. Good now.
Oates wants to go the aerial pursuit. And the wind's going to take that one the journey, and that's a disappointing finish.
Where you are there, Dan.
Yeah, poor finish after a nice set, both attacking and defence-wise. And the Tars will be happy with holding them out, to putting a lot of phases together, not really going anywhere. A good decision in the end from Oates to just get his team out of trouble, put him forward a little bit. But that execution just slightly off. The Tars are going to need to really clean up this line. Had a couple bobbles, a couple of overthrows already.
We saw it last week. They had issues all day, exactly like that. And you can't do that against the Brumbies.
Good steal.
They'll make you pay, but they've got lucky this time. As Baxter have found a way to scoop it back. So Fowler will plug the corner.
Okay, always
Oates
inside
is opposite
here.
number. Will bide his time. And what's been a heavy kicking first 10. We'll set up for line out once again for the Tars.
Oh, he's just got such a shoe on him, Chase Oates. And that's going to be crucial. If this line out for the New South Wales Waratahs keeps faltering, just keep putting them back, turning those forwards around, sending them to that set piece. Trust that you'll get some aerial pressure. And you're right, Geordie, this is something the Tars will need to fix massively.
This time they get it right. Pushing the envelope there with that pass to Bryle, but play on. Here's the call. Now they look to shift it, and that's a good shot. Lyons coming in, making the collision. on O'Connor. Fanua moving to 6 this week. Need to get him more involved with the big body. Lungy at the back door, they go to Fitlow, offers the same to the edge, and Maybury, the hooker's lurking on the fringes. He leaves it behind as Fenwick will scoop it up. So the Tars trying to find a response here. Lungy bumps over his opposite number. And the Tars trending in the right direction now. Good line from Baxter. Inside the 22, he takes it. Fowler wants quick recycle. On the toe he goes. Deflection is a good one. And Hill ends up with it. Leave the call from a referee. The Waratahs maintain possession. There's a collision once more. Baxter. Fowler, off a standing start, concedes in the tackle. And after all that, the Sky Blue have no answers, and the Brumbies get the full arm.
That's a really interesting attacking set. The Tars look like they were marching up that field just so easily. You can see here with the way they just get that ball to edge. Maybury leaving a ball behind here. But the Brumbies are happy to concede those metres because they know they've got pressure at the breakdown. You can see their outside backs really get involved. It's Whitfield again, in fact. He's got his second early pilfer for the outside centre. But you're able to concede a few metres like that in the middle if you're able to hold that form, hold that shape, and then put pressure at the breakdown, which the Brums have done really well early.
Keep your boys on you, okay? Step across.
Ed Baxter, the number 5 for the Waratahs. Geordie's been impressive early. He got that steal back for the Tars just after that overthrow, and then a couple really nice strong carries from the big second rower.
It was busy when he came off the bench last week, so deserves a start, and he's making the most of it. It's all about the Brumbies early on, dropping it back underneath to the man we spoke about, Eagle. As Liam Wright said, the traditional 8 from the back fence. Whitfield, a little wraparound play for Oates. As Kaki Bauer gets jammed from Fenwick. But again, struggling to win their own ball. They're going on with it a bit too much from the Brumbies.
Held onto it on the ground. You move the ball to prevent him pilfering it.
And there's the explanation.
Great explanation. Lemaitre getting his second early one as well. The captain, the 7, the fetcher for the Tars all over that breakdown. But unfortunately just ending up isolated himself. Sam Watson with another good involvement after his intercept try early. And this will be the Brumbies' first real chance at a great attacking zone down here. We know how much the Brumbies pride themselves on set piece, and particularly at that maul.
Okay, you guys are good here. He's good.
A chance to go further ahead now. Kruger goes up,
Set up is good.
above the pack for Pig Hansen.
Once.
And Jack Gordon adding some weight as well. They're still probing forward to the Brumbies.
Down by White.
Watson wants his hands on it, and he gets it now. Oates wants to go crossfield, looking to fly high. It's taken nicely in the end, but wrapped up, ball and all. There was Johnson. And now trying to pinch it over the top, and they do. That's good play from the outside backs there from the Tars.
Yeah, all over that kick, weren't they? Probably hoping to get a little bit more ascendancy, tighten up that defensive line a little bit more before going to that boot. And whilst the catch was clean, there was defensive pressure all over. As soon as he landed, as he said, Geordie, the outside back's right on that ball. There was no chance of that not being a turnover. Great maul defence to start as well from the Tars. You could hear the refs call, down by White, so they had to play it. And here it is. Great tackle there by...
It was Fowler.
Fowler, I believe, yeah, and then Fenwick coming over the ball.
Use once. Waiting.
So Grover looking to find some options, and of course he finds Big Groyle on a tough underline.
Okay, use it now, 9.
Has
Stay
now
on.
looked to clear for the boxing. Grover. Up and away he goes. Oates is safe underneath. And he gets trapped down right on halfway. So the Brumbies now can set up and go again here. 7-0 the score, 16 gone. In this final fixture
That's fine.
of our next gen. And here goes Jarvis All. Isn't he a difference maker? The number 7 just keeps on going. Watson left hand side. Oates quick recycle. Now a chance down the fringes. Back inside to Oates. Does want to keep in the field of play. Oh, this is magical stuff from the forward. Inside, outside, and eventually it gets bobbled forward there from Gordon. And the big locks linking up.
How about that? We've got that as a call backwards from the Tars as well. So the Brums get the 5 metre line now, but that's enterprising play. Watch this by Jarvis Orr. You can see his eyes. He's looking forward. No one there laying on the ball, able to get up, release it, and go again. Then he just pumps the legs. From there, it's absolute great work down the blind side. Great hands by Chase Oates. Oscar Cleary finding the offload back. Then Gordon getting involved. Cleary back, the offload back. Fowler just getting a hand in there to disrupt, but that's great play.
He's through the middle, he's fine.
Back to live action now as the Brumbies hot on the attack, and they find Breton in the midfield. You know it's going to come from Dylan, straight and true from the Big 12. It takes it within 2 in the end. Heppy now, advantage again against the Sky Blue. Around the corner they go, and around the corner they go. And 5 more to the Brumbies, and it's Big Cooper Eagle.
But they look like a different team, don't they? That Maul isn't getting quite the ascendancy they want, but geez, it's a good setup. You send in guys like Breton to do that carry, and then once you've got forward momentum, Cooper Eagle just on that outside line has the pace, has the strength, has the size to get himself over. There's not much tactical nos to that other than that get yourself faster around the corner, beat your opposite man, and trust the injection of pace there.
In a start we wouldn't have predicted here in Sydney. The Brumbies yet to win a game in this campaign, going against one of the heavyweights.
20 seconds.
And Oates to make it a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
As we approach 20 gone.
10.
And he does just that. The Brumbies in control here in Sydney.
We look back at it again, just adding pace onto the ball. That's something you want your big men to do. Really hard for his opposite number, Bryle, to do anything because it's always going to be a one-on-one tackle. You can see Chase Oates as well, presenting in the line, just creating options, making it hard for the defence to pick him off.
Again, that midfield option off the restart, a bit deeper. An easy catch in the end for Breton. So the Brumbies floating with danger there, and Oates getting a bit tricky with it.
Forward out of the hands.
And that's where that centre field restart really comes in handy for the Tars. You see, once you kick to that left or that right corner, you've generally got a pretty good idea of how you want to exit. But the Brumbies then get caught in two minds. Do we want to play? Do we want to just kick? Do we want to play by our tempo? Get caught in two minds there, Chase Oates. That's the thinking behind those restarts, and they've been effective so far.
So some set-piece attack now for the Waratahs. Can they respond? Not the tidiest scrum to work with, but they get the penalty.
Yeah, good pressure coming there from the Brumbies scrum, but just taking that angle around. Need to stay a bit straighter, a bit squarer if they want to be rewarded there. Gives the Tars a real good opportunity, but they're going to need to return fire now. They're absorbing all the pressure. They're getting a bit of a shock.
Okay, guys, it's time off. It's halfway through the half. We will restart back in this position with a line out to blue.
So the 20-minute water break due to heat.
In tough conditions here in Sydney, the heat is well and truly in factors. They've got the 20-minute water break for both sides. We take a moment. Liam Wright, 14-0 the score as it stands. What stood out for you?
Well, just the Brumbies doing the right things. They haven't overplayed their hand. They've trusted their defensive system. Whilst the Tars are gaining metres through the middle, they're connected, they're ready to defend, they're making their tackles even though they're marching up, and then they get defensive pressure on. That's getting them up the field with the big boot of Chase Oates, and then their forwards are just doing simple things. They're taking opportunities and they're not squandering it.
Cooper Eagle, Jarvis Orr, they've been linking up very superbly. Jarvis Orr's an interesting talent. He's one of those guys that sort of bide his time. He's a worker, as we've seen, and he's a name to remember.
He sure is. He's good over that ball. He wants to put himself in. He's a typical flanker. but he's also got those smarts. We saw the IQ before where he falls on the ball, he's looking for people in front of him, he's able to get up, release and go again. He's got a really strong ball carry for a guy who's not a huge size.
We'll see the most recent score, and one man who's been very prominent, Cooper Eagle, the Canberra Royals club. He's just big and abrasive, isn't he?
And choosing the right times when to inject himself. We saw off the first set piece, him going a nice drop unders line, getting easy meters through there as well. And then once you get to those trial line, that's when you want those guys to step up. He's your captain as well. He's going to insert himself at the right points and taking that opportunity. They only run real opportunity, Geordie, down that 22.
Now, if you look at the Waratahs, as both of us come into this fixture, you would have expected the Waratahs would try bounce back after last week. They started poorly. Where's it gone wrong?
Well, I think you can probably look at that set piece a little bit. The line out, quite a few overthrows. You get most of your restart opportunities from the line out these days, nearly 50%. So you've got to nail that to be able to give those strike players out wide, which we know the Tars have, the opportunities. Their forwards are getting nice go through. Their attack is looking good. Then they also just got to clean up their breakdown. Be interesting too, Geordie, whether this 5-minute water break suits the Tars, who seem to have that momentum. You're going to start out 5 metres out from the line, or whether it lets the Brumbies sort of recover a bit, get a bit of a break, get a really strong maul defence going, and hopefully push them out.
Yeah, you're a good person to ask. You've been in these situations before. Can it sort of, for the Brumbies, can it settle, can it hold to their momentum a little bit?
I think it could. But at the same time, the Tars really had that. Whilst the scoreboard shows the momentum with the Brumbies, the Tars had the last 3 sort of positive involvements. They had a nice kick return. They forced that knock on. They got the scrum penalty, and then they go into that maul. So I think, if anything, it may slow down that Waratahs momentum. They're going to have to come in with a really strong maul process. As we look back at Jarvis Orr's involvements here. But the Tars were the ones with all the gas behind them. Jeez, this would have been a great try if it finished off.
Oscar Cleary and Jack Gordon linking up on the fringes. It's been an exciting start for the ACT Brumbies so far. Touched on some Super Rugby Pacific over the last few days as well. Liam, of course, Waratahs, the senior Waratahs, looking good over the Drua on Friday night. What do you make of it?
Yeah, they are looking good. They're just doing the simple things really well, which is very much what Dan McKellar, their coach, would want. He's in his second year now. That's always been his game plan, really, is you do the simple things well, you do them repeatedly, and that's what they're starting to show. The scary thing is I actually think they're not really playing at the top of their level yet. They're just doing enough to sort of keep by and get by teams in the back 20 minutes of games. Once they start nailing that first half and that first 40, 60 minutes, they're going to be a really, really strong competition this year.
And I can't not ask you about the Reds. Obviously, a poor showing in week 1. Had the bye last week. Highlanders Friday night, I believe. I guess, how do you think their prep would have been post that loss?
Yeah, I think that can be a bit of a sobering result, that first loss. You don't often want the bye that early, but after a result like that, especially coming off the trials the Reds had, I think it'll help them. They'll get a lot of time to rebuild. They'll go back to probably more what their DNA is and what their core is going to be. They'll focus on that instead of focusing on funny set moves or anything too special. Go back to the DNA of what makes them a good side. And then the Highlanders, they went down last night to the Chiefs, but they've showed they're really in it.
They're a different team this year.
They've had 2 tough games. Jamie Joseph is really making his mark there, and they're not going to be easy pickings at all. So it should be a cracker at Suncorp.
Friday night, how good. As both our teams make their way back onto the field. We saw on the graphic before, 40% humidity, 33 degrees. So it's not ideal conditions for rugby.
Hold him there, Tommy.
But these young men are getting amongst it and showing their worth early on as we come back to live action. 14-0 remains your score. 20 gone in this first half. And straight away, it's an early error. And now the Brumbies end up with it. So Whitfield looking to stretch the legs early on. That's a kind deflection for Tungi Kakibau. He's got speed to burn on the outside. He does get tracked down by O'Connor in Hopper's shoot. So just like that, it's straight back into the thick of it.
First infringement, blue side entry.
And the Matrix gets pinged there.
And there you go. We talked about the momentum of the water break.
You guys went off your feet as well, so.
Brumbies defence set. Tars had just had to win the line out. They've overthrown, which is something we've seen them struggle with all competition. And then to give away the penalty, it'll likely be a complete turnaround. There we go, nearly 5 metres out, 7 metres out from the Tars line now. Not the start they would have wanted coming out of that break.
It's a nightmare water break for the Tars, and now the Brumbies can have a great chance here to add their third of the afternoon. They go to Eagle, who pops it down straight away. You hear the crunching tackle there from Bryle under the ribs. So the Brumbies away, about 7 away from home. As the big men go about their work, Cleary this time.
Heads up, Blue.
Watson wants to go down the blind side. Oates pops it away nicely, and that's flirting with danger. Back on the inside to Eagle. And he concedes in the tackle as they look to pivot away from that sideline. Good crack at the ball there, and a great crack at it. And the Tars get one back, so look to be Mayberry, the hooker, getting that one done.
Holding on.
And he's been really impressive over the ball. He got at least 2 or 3 last week, and at key times as well. Last week, a lot of his turnovers were forcing the Reds when they were coming out of that exit zone, but this is a crucial one to save the day by his team. Just a bit of reprieve. A really good carry by Cleary, just ducking his head through that line. But often that's what those fetchers look for, just a little bit of separation at the breakdown, and he was all over that.
Drop back.
Wasn't the best clearance. So the Waratahs are camped inside their own 22.
No, 6. Don't change your mind.
They take the initial settler before they try to set the platform as Grover under a bit of pressure from Jarvis Orr once again. It was all a bit pedestrian and casual from the Tars. As now the help arrives.
Okay, and let's use stay on.
Grover sets it up for the box kick, and he gets some angle on that and picks off a few metres. But far from ideal as the Brumbies have territory once again.
Yeah, you guys could hear.
Now the Tars getting the line out right, but then they just couldn't get the subsequent phases after that. They need to take a leaf out of the Brumbies book and just play down the right ends of the field. Jarvis Orr again pressuring that exit. Getting a great grab on Angus Grover.
Use.
Orr pops it away to his big number 8 in Eagle. As the forwards just roll around the corner so well. And now they get an extra help to go with it. Fanua, no roll the call.
Don't the Brumbies just look a lot better off that set piece? They know exactly where they need to be for the first 2 or 3 phases. Probably not quite the bounce off of the skip that Jarvis Orr and Cooper Eagle wanted there to get at that seam. But you can see their second rowers know their job is just to roll around the corner, get that next hit up, get the momentum. And they either draw penalties or they make that big dent.
Full Wallaby captain next to me. What do you think about this? Taking the points? Right in front, not a bad call.
Not bad at all, especially after you consider where they were only 5 minutes ago, defending them all 5 metres out from their line. This will get them more than 2 scores above. They probably know as well with that intercept that these points aren't as easy to come by as we may have thought pre-game. Like this option a lot.
Chase Oates hits 3 more for the Brumbies. 17 points to nil in his first half here at Eric Tweedale Stadium. 25 gone.
The Brumbies deserve it of this lead. Despite the intercept, they've really worked hard. They've been the upper hand for most of this game. The Tars are going to want to really pressure this exit again.
Fenwick tries to fly high. This time it works out. A1 as Fanua breaks through. Big Isaac Fanua looking to hit right back for the Waratahs, chasing their first score.
No! Use.
Now for Brennan. The Waratahs chasing their first 5-pointer. Broyle, a loopy pass, and he heads towards the sticks. He's met head on there from Oates. Grover goes left-hand side. Fowler chips it on, and again it's picked off. This time from the Lions. And nothing going to plan for the Waratahs on attack. Breton ends up with it. Real hotly contested breakdown.
It's a good steal from you, Dennis.
Well, Lemaitre's just been excellent around there, but this was just the wrong option. You could see how many numbers the Brumbies had. They needed to go back the blind side. The Tars there. And they're paying the price with an intercept. You just watch Lemaitre. He's always sniffing for, is that ball out around the back? Last time he got the clean steal. This time he pressures it. Then comes back around for a second go. Unfortunate to knock it on. But the Tars skipper is not going to die wondering today.
Push straight. Coach! Bind! Set!
Ball is out there for Watson, but Eagle collects it again. Discipline across all facets an issue for the Waratahs.
Well, I'm not sure if that was planned or not, but a nice little fake from Watson of making it look like the ball was coming out of the scrum. You could see the back row of the Tars just pulled off. That's when the Brumbies really went for that second shove. Happy, Kruger and Smith in that front row doing a great job of applying pressure to probably what you would say is a bigger Tars pack. You can see Bryle coming off, Lemaitre coming off, Fanua coming off.
But that's not on purpose. That's quite clever.
It is.
Ewald Kruger, South African born, finds his man. Now Watson and Oates drops it back underneath to Big Eagle, who goes straight over the top of Mayberry. Playing flat at the line, Whitfield, who's been busy in his opening 29 minutes. Watson again. Beautiful line from Lions. It was there for him. He just couldn't hold on to it. The man, the blonde hair, has got plenty of pace as well.
Yeah, that could have been something if he held on to that. A real nice just fade on that outside line to get outside of O'Connor. If he holds on to that, I think that's a pretty neat 2-on-1.
Chance goes begging
Work hard, guys. Push straight.
for the Brumbies. We approach 10 away from halftime.
Coach! Bind! Set! Nah, we'll play, mate. Thank you.
Having to play is our referee is Fowler. As the backs finally get involved and it doesn't go to plan. A bit out in front there for Folks to rein in. And the razzle-dazzle we're used to seeing for the Waratahs backline hasn't been on display this afternoon whatsoever.
Yeah, just slightly off kilter here. We can see, I think Fenwick probably getting his line wrong, just crowding that pass a little bit, and then it makes it really hard for Folks.
They'd won the ball's at the back, so we're playing away that one, but I'll come across.
You can hear the ref there explaining the last scrum where it looked like the Tars front rower, Lange, had actually gone down on the far side. Ref Cummings is happy to play the ball at the back, keep this game going, moving at a nice pace, which it has been so far today.
Bind! Set!
Good battle at scrum time this occasion as Oates looks to go to Whitfield. That one looked a bit forward. The referee says that's all good. And a stole it straight away. Over the top was Waters. And that was quick there from Cooper.
How about the breakdown presence of our outside centres today? Cooper Walters that time getting himself over the ball nice and quick. Riley Whitfield's already grabbed a couple on the other side too. Can be a real separating skill for these outside backs these days. Felipe Daugunu comes to mind of someone who's just so good over the ball on those outside edges.
So Brendan takes that one successfully. Fowler again for Bryle. He's been busy and what's been a trying first term for the Waratahs. Fenwick finally gets some go forward for his side. Good jamming shot there on Nick Hill. Oh. The referee's whistle does
and you're above the sternum.
save the Waratahs above the sternum of the call.
Tight tackle.
That's tough here. Look, this is a... Yeah, I suppose it is above that sternum rule, but that's a great one-on-one tackle at the higher level that guys like Cleary are trying out for really now. And then the strip. Would have been exciting to see the leg race after that.
Mayberry over the top for Baxter. Now Grover. Foul. Burrell tips it away in the midfield. Bring it back left-hand side now through Fenwick. He's inside the 22. And remarkably, the Waratahs still hunting for their first points. And that's not going to be the way they're going to find it. Again, it's sloppy. And again, they give away the penalty.
You're on the ground playing it.
Just going from bad to worse. If you're a Tars fan here today,
Knock on. Sit on the ground.
bit of pressure coming from that breakdown, but really just a poor pass connecting to your tight head. So had to work hard already at scrum time, at maul time. Being asked a lot to get down to that height.
All good, mate.
We spoke at the break how the Brumbies have really just taken their opportunities. They've defended solidly, got some breakdown pressure and taken opportunities down the other end. The Tars have squandered quite a few entries into the Brumbies 22 metre now.
Big change here for the Waratahs scrum half stocks as well. Sam Blank coming onto the field. Angus Grover being pulled from the field. Not sure if it's an injury or a tactical replacement. But potentially it's a new energy for Sam Blank to add to the Tars. Kruger over the top for Watson. Everyone's just lost their timing on that one as Breton find the safe option. Heppy tips away to Oates. Tangikaki Bow, he takes it into the contact. And Hansen spills his lollies there. Had a little look on the way down.
We mentioned them humidity before and the heat. It's starting to show factors now. Last 5 minutes and a half, a few knock-ons coming. That ball's going to get sweaty.
You got this side here. Very good, 10. Last. Kicking hard on. Advantage. You got advantage.
And this time the Waratahs get the scrum penalty. 5 away from half time. Can they find a way to get some points?
Collapsing.
Yeah, they get one back there, the Tars. Near to ground is a call against the Brumbies tight head, Lachlan Smith. Be interested to see if there was actually a hook there from the hooker Tyler Mayberry. He definitely had his foot out.
Yeah, you're good there, Five.
But this is those opportunities we're talking about. They get another 22-metre entry here. They need to win this line out to start. They need to convert something before the end of the half.
Mayberry ends up with him. Left foot was very close to the chalk there, but going to play the first knock on.
Knock on in the line out. Scrum 15 in, guys.
2 weeks in a row, Liam. The line out not going to plan.
Yeah, and it's really just hamstringing their attack at the moment. They just can't get any go forward, any momentum. Their backs can't get any real nice, clean ball.
All right, guys, mark set
at the
here.
moment having a resort to trying to win it at the front a lot. That time not being able to, but it just limits your attack. And that's a great job there from Jack Gordon, getting up, putting some pressure. Nate Heppy as well.
In now, 9.
Watson in and out feed. And Breton goes bumping over Fittler. The big 12s collide. Oates flat-footed. And the Matra cleans in up and then goes straight off his feet.
Hilfer's okay, but you're above the sternum. High tackle.
Done for the high shot there.
Yeah, I would have thought it was the reverse. The Matra couldn't believe his luck, seeing a number 10, not sure where he wanted to go, so he just took the tackle, got him to ground. No one over the ball. Yeah, I thought he failed to hold his feet there, but we're seeing those above the sternum calls coming in more and more now. Tough one, but it just makes it an easy escape for this Brumbies side.
White.
Up goes Hansen and through the fingertips it goes as Blank ends up with it. So one final chance for the Tars. Brendan again. It's been all the Brumbies in this first half. Can Fowler create something? Over halfway and inside the 40 he heads. Fenwick off his left foot. Whitfield around the legs, skips out of him. Fittler, who's been quiet by his standards. Fowler again, Mayberry. Runs back into the traffic. As they feed back left-hand side, Fanua tips it away to Fittler. Fenwick trying to speed it up here, Bryle. Under a bit of pressure and folks will scoop it up. It's going to be a knock-on off a Waratahs hand and same old story for the Tars early on.
Sure is. The Tars probably just playing a phase or two late. I think the ball needed to go out the back the phase before when Fanua did the little tip pass. He needed to go out the back. They had numbers to burn. But just taking those carries, the outside backs of the Brumbies doing a nice job to just show a picture outside that they can't go there. Making that inside option look like the fool's gold. Yeah, if the Brumbies can win this scrum, get the ball out, it'll be a very happy halftime speech for them and not so much for the Waratahs.
Again, the penalty to the Brumbies. They want to keep playing as Oates goes flat to Tangikiaki Bow and Johnson puts on the toe. Will come back for the full arm.
We'll come back for the penalty.
And that scrum penalty. I guess break it down for us. Liam, what did you see there?
I'd like to see the replay there. I think, yeah, collapsing on that tight head side. So that's Edwin Lange. He's gone down there. And ref Todd Cummins has been clear on that. Any prop that is going to put a knee at ground or a hand at ground is going to get pinged. That attacking side is really getting ascendancy at the scrum battle. And Chase Oates says that'll do.
That'll do indeed. And the Brumbies, they'll head to Oranges. All smiles as they lead over the Waratahs. 17 points to nil in this final fixture of Super Rugby Next Gen. We'll be back for the first half reaction right after this.
So another season excitement is off and running. Oh my goodness! Here we go! Fantastic ski!
Unbelievable scenes!
Where on earth did he find that one from? Big hit made. What an absolute scorcher. This is something else. That is nothing short of magnificent.
This is maths like you have literally never seen before.
Stan unlocks your exclusive weekly access to more spicy married drama than ever.
This is your exclusive backstage pass to all the drama.
You are not coming for my husband.
We know dinner parties can get messy.
Don't gaslight me.
But someone always spills more after.
What could possibly go wrong?
Maths After the Dinner Party. Stream now only on Stan.
Rotations is that?
My brain just exploded.
There we go.
Oh, wow. So hungry for the gold.
There we go. She's the Olympic champion. Oh, that's spectacular.
I promise to protect this family.
I got you.
Everything I'm doing, I'm doing for you.
We've been brothers for life.
You can't trust anybody.
Sometimes the people that you trust the most can turn on you with no warning.
Family sticks together no matter what.
London pride at stake. Chelsea takes a check. Trevor Sullivan! The Calderino. One of the most dramatic games of the season. Oh! Unbelievable! Trevor! Robin Van Persie! And that has gone all the way! A capital showdown. Can Chelsea stop the procession?
You understand how massive this is going to be?
How good was that? Brilliant play!
No man has ever beaten me.
Now I'm a little intimidated.
Guess what I got?
A restraining order from another recipient.
That's funny.
It kind of is.
We've got some problems.
If you don't go to him, it'll haunt you forever.
In 2026, let's watch together on Stan.
Let's go.
Off and running.
Each match is an event.
It is an atmosphere with few parallels. The crowd on their feet. Oh, that's a try. Magnificent. Away and gone. Out of nothing. This is brilliant from Italy. A record-breaking, monumental moment. Did he get it down? You cannot turn away for a moment.
Welcome back to live coverage of our Super Rugby Next Gen final instalment for you, the Waratahs and the Brumbies, live on Stan Sport and of course Rugby.com as well. Jordan Hughes with you alongside Liam Ryan. It's been one-way traffic and not the way we would have thought. The Brumbies hot and they started early.
Yeah, I don't think anyone outside of the Brumbies circle would have expected this, but just pressure at set piece has been a cornerstone for them, and Sam Watson just picking that one off. He's done so well to pull that back in from his left hand, scoring under the post, and then came the real pressure and the real set play we expect from the Brumbies. Strong maul into a nice carry from Dylan Bredden, and then Cooper Eager, the captain, storming onto that ball, and you're never going to stop him one-on-one that close to the line. And a really mature decision there from Chase Oates and captain Cooper Eagle to go for the line, push it outside a two-try scoreline. And that's the way it's sat with the New South Waratahs just squandering quite a few opportunities, Geordie.
It's a handy buffer for the Brumbies, 17 points to 0. And the Waratahs have all the work to do. We see the breakdown for you. 2 tries to zip. Oates has been sharp from the tee. For the Waratahs, quickly before we go to a break, what would be your advice to get back in the contest?
They need to secure their breakdown, they need to secure their set piece. That's pretty much as simple as it is. Then they'll get that ability to attack, and we know how dangerous they can be.
And the Brumbies is more of the same?
More of the same. Stay disciplined. Don't give away those penalties. They're putting great pressure, holding good defensive sets, just being connected, and then they're taking opportunities when it comes.
All to play for both of these sides. On the other side, we have action. Second half between the Waratahs and the Brumbies. Back soon.
So another season excitement is off and running. Oh my goodness! Here we go! Fantastic ski!
Unbelievable scenes!
Where on earth did he find that one from? Big hit made. What an absolute scorcher! This is something else! That is nothing short of magnificent!
This is maths like you have literally never seen before.
Stan unlocks your exclusive weekly access to more spicy married drama than ever.
This is your exclusive backstage pass to all the drama.
You're not coming for my husband.
We know dinner parties can get messy.
Don't gaslight me.
But someone always spills more after.
What could possibly go wrong?
Maths After the Dinner Party. Stream now only on Stan.
Rotations is that?
My brain just exploded.
Down we go!
Oh, wow. So hungry for the gold.
Down we go! She's the Olympic champion! Oh, that's spectacular!
I promise to protect this family.
I got you.
Everything I'm doing, I'm doing for you.
We've been brothers for life.
You can't trust anybody.
Sometimes the people that you trust the most can turn on you with no warning.
Family sticks together no matter what.
London pride at stake. Jensen dance attack. Trevor Sullivan! The Calmarino! One of the most dramatic games of the season. Unbelievable! Trevor! Robin Van Persie! And that has gone all the way! A capital showdown. Can Chelsea stop the procession?
You understand how massive this is going to be?
How good was that? Brilliant play!
No man has ever beaten me.
Now I'm a little intimidated.
Guess what I got?
A restraining order from another recipient.
That's funny. It kind of is.
We've got some problems.
If you don't go to him, it'll haunt you forever.
In 2026, let's watch together on Stan.
Let's go.
Off and running.
Each match is an event.
It is an atmosphere with few parallels. The crowd on their feet. Oh, that's a try. Magnificent. Away and gone. Out of nothing. This is brilliant from Italy. A record-breaking, monumental moment. Did he get it down? You cannot turn away for a moment.
We're after an extended halftime break due to the heat. We are back in business for second half action between the Waratahs and the Brumbies. And the Tars back on the field first with all the work to do, trailing 17-zip. Jordan Hughes with you alongside Liam Wright, and the Tars have plenty to fix up.
They do, and that's a long cool-down period, but plenty of time to talk tactics for the Tars. And probably what we want to see most from them after that first half is they need to shore up their line-out in particular. Their set piece needs to be strong going into this next 40. And then their breakdown work. Their attack doesn't look too bad. They're moving through, they're gaining meters, but then it all comes undone when the Brumbies are putting some really good breakdown pressure on. Would have been big discussions as well about a really fast start coming into this next 40. So we see the Brumbies, who are just electric in that first 40. Geordie.
Brumbies back onto the field. Wouldn't they love to finish this campaign with a big time win? What would be their first of the tournament? It's been a tough few weeks against the Reds and the Force. We are almost set to go here. Todd Cummings in control.
Good to go. Good luck, guys.
Back underway, second half action. 17-0 your score. The Brumbies, they want to finish where they left off, and straight away they're going to go to the edge. So they have a flyer through Lions. And he gets cut down. About 5 away from the 50. Now Smith playing very flat there with Oates, and he can't control it when a tough line was Cleary.
Not the execution that the Brumbies would have wanted to start that half with, but plenty to like. Moving that ball, you could see just players in motion, both the big second rowers.
Make sure you take your hit and keep your height.
Putting good lines on. Billy Hansen just unable to hold on to that one. You could also see the intent from the Waratahs. Brody Folkes on that left wing, just shooting up out of the line. He's got the pace to be able to go back and catch someone, even someone as fast as Ed Lyons.
The Waratahs, they need to score first. Is there a chance of the fight back? Blank. Fiddler at first receiver. Now at the back door they go through that man Folkes, who's looking to get further involved, injecting his pace through the fringes. Brile. Hits out of Hansen nicely. Blank wants to go right inside, having a snipe on his own end, then loops it over the top. The bounce is poor. The execution is even worse. And it'll be a Brumbies line out.
Yeah, you don't mind the sniff there from Sam Blank. See Hansen, who got bopped in that tackle, getting up, folding off straight to that open side. There was plenty of space there. But those passes, those little connectors that are just undoing them at the moment, and need those to start to stick.
Tidy line out once again, as I say that. Todd Cummings disagrees. Outside shoulder the call.
Yeah, I thought that contest was pretty late there from the Tars. Ball probably already gone.
A bit of tap and go. The Waratahs.
No, never on the ball, always on the body.
As Lungy rolls up towards the 22. And Harrison Dean fresh onto the field. And a fresh error as well.
Yeah, tough pass for Dean to reel in there. But he's someone who's really moved this team around in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Good to see his injection here. We could hear there Captain Cooper Eagle saying that the ball was already at the back by the time the contest had come and the line out. Just giving referee Todd Cummings something to think about the next set piece.
Time is back on. Ball marks here. Let's set, please. 30 seconds.
Interchange for the New South Wales Waratahs. Coming off
And the scrum is really short up from both front rows. For a few penalties in the first half for that knee going down. More so on our tight head sides of both scrums. looking like a better platform now.
Coach! Bind! Set! Use.
It's available for Watson. And Oates again with that cut pass. Wants to get that second option off the toe. And plugged down to the corner as Harrison Dean is back there in cover. Up and away he goes. Coming forward is Tungi Bow, and he's always safe at the back. Bit of pressure at breakdown time as Watson almost made a meal of that. Switch direction now. Oh. They'll just straighten up and find some structure here, the Brums.
Leave it now, leave it. Tackler must roll first.
Watson finds Smith. Now back in the pocket for Oates, who's seen enough and sent the floaty one up and away. That's a tough assignment, but well taken eventually from Fenwick. Inside the 50, the angle's not a bad one, but well positioned there. Here's Angus Tungi Bow. Aussie schools last year for that young man.
Yeah, and on 2 occasions there, the Brumbies flinging it to one side. Their forwards decides no thank you and throws it back inside to someone else. If they're going to maintain this lead and maintain the momentum they've built in that first half, they just need to be a bit more composed. You like to see that from Chase Oates, though. When you're not going anywhere, your 10 just puts it down the other end.
Step back. Yeah, good, mate. It's a good contest.
And there's a win. That line at time. Now a penalty to go with it. Fanua, he wants to go quickly. Isaac Fanua up towards the 22. This is better. The big man full of steam. Left-hand side, they shift it. Blank. O'Connor's out there. Fenwick having a crack on his own. Fenwick on the outside. Cut down and goes again. And there's the score for the Waratahs. 45 minutes in. Louis Fenwick.
Louis Fenwick, the scorer, but that's all off the back of Isaac Fanua, the big number 6. Says, get rid of the set piece, give me a tap and go. After a really silly penalty there from Billy Hansen. Coming in the side here, not sure what he was thinking. Fanua grabs that ball, just goes straight for it. The defense has to let him through. And then you're just creating those one-on-ones. Whitfield nearly does enough to stop him. But Fenwick, with all that momentum, gets himself across the line. That's the injection the Tars needed.
20 seconds.
It's taken a while, but the Tars have found some confidence. Trying to make 5 into 7. It's a tough assignment from out wide. They won't be able to do the job. 17-5 remains to score, and Isaac Fanua running the ball. Which we love to see.
It is. We saw a nice break of his in that first half. And really, it is simple stuff, and that's kind of what we asked for at halftime. If you're not going to shore up that set piece, you just need to find a go forward. And that's what he really brings. Shifting to that 6 jersey this week, the big lock has really made a couple injections in this game. And then your backs, the backs that we've spoken about all tournament as being so dangerous, can just do what they want after that.
So plenty to play for between these two sides. 17-5. And that man we just spoke about, Fanua, safe underneath. Part of the Aussie 18s last year as well. In the wider Waratahs system as Dean launches that one into the stands.
Not quite the purchase he would have wanted. Brumbies about 30 metres out now, getting to launch there. First real attacking opportunity of the second half.
Good contest, play
Almost
on.
through the fingertips, but always there underneath as Eagle on a tough line. And this time the Waratahs mussing up in defence, and Gordon gets put on his backside.
He must clearly release the player on the ground.
And they release the call. Marshall and Mitra pleading his case.
He's got.
Just getting a little bit carried away. How good's his tackle? But you can see there's already a man in front of him. He's engaged, but there's a ruck formed. He just can't pick that ball up. This man, Ed Baxter, was with him. Going forward, that's where you need to make that decision as a fetcher to leave the ball and just take the counter ruck. Let someone else pick up the chockies.
Hey, Seven, mate, completely fine if you drive through. I just didn't think you'd clearly release him.
I just thought I bounced up, hands on him. I thought it's all about hands on the player.
Yeah, sure. Mate, not for me, but I'll for you, yeah.
A real nice, healthy discussion there from Lemaitre and Todd Cummings.
Big moment in this matchup now for the Brumbies. Can they regain that handy buffer and they can strike here? Or on the sideline, here they go. Kruger trying to bump his way through traffic and blank. Muscles up, the little number 9 does the job.
That's a huge moment from Sam Blank. Bigger man, the hooker coming. You could see that.
Yeah, you're good there.
If you watch here, Oscar Cleary, he just goes up that side, trying to hold in the maul, allowing that one-on-one. But that is just muscling up in defence. That's a strong tackle, and his side really needed that.
Thank you.
Again, the line-out doesn't go to plan. The Brumbies look to make them pay. Jarvis all over the top. There's it. Dangerous pass as Fennick scoops it up. It's a lucky escape for the Waratahs, and now the penalty goes with it. No release the call.
Well, speaking of butchered opportunities, another line-out goes wrong. And all they need to do was get it wide. Jarvis Orr chooses the long cut pass. I thought Lyons was fair on that ball, but getting pinged, and the Tars with another really lucky escape there.
Okay, set across, mate. Your mark's here. Thank you.
Simple hands almost would have done the job then for the Brumbies. With Mayberry, well, they have the same issues, and they do, but luckily it's gone forward from Lachlan Smith. First one coming from the Waratahs. Brumbies ball.
Yeah, we spoke about it in yesterday's call. The Force really struggling to win a line out as well, and at times like that, you might want to go to a bit of variation where you don't have to win the ball aerially. Can you do a short throw to someone around the front? Can you do a long one to a back picking it up around over the 15? That one probably the hardest to come by, given that that was just two hands needed to be taken towards that ball. That's a simple error from the lock.
And there's some positive news for the Waratahs. Scrum time working okay on that occasion.
The call coming from the AR that time. Tight head Lockie Smith from the Brumbies taking a knee to ground. Neither side really able to wrestle any full-time ascendancy in the second half.
Number 1, substitution. You guys, number 1. Yep. Just hold, please, mate. Just holding for a sub.
Substitution for the New South Wales Waratahs. Leaving the field, number 1, Nick Hill. Coming on the field, number 17, Harper Strong.
The Waratahs in good territory, but did this line out to find something, and they do through Brennan. Pops it down nicely to Blank. Dean now steaming onto it. Tamopu onto the field as well. A fresh enforcer for the Waratahs. Baxter. And Baxter on his own ever so slightly. And Big Eagle gets a result.
And Eagle's been excellent today so far. We spoke about himself as the number 8, as a captain, injecting himself at the right times. And that was a great opportunity on defence there. Mentioned somewhere in the first half around sometimes those dominant carries rather, are what those fetchers are looking for. Just a little bit of separation from your support and your clean out. But that has really been the saving grace of the Brumbies today. So many good opportunities at the breakdown.
Who's coming off, guys? Yep.
Bit of mix up at sub time.
We got it.
Look at it one more time here.
Good look there. No tackler on the ground due to the bump coming from Ed Baxter, who has carried well all day, must be said.
Over the top they go, and it's anyone's ball at the base. And the referee is going to say it was a Waratahs hand first.
And that extended break at half-time. See both sides really struggling to just get back the flow. 20 minutes is a long time to be sitting stagnant after a big 40 minutes in the heat. One side really needs to just take that opportunity, grab this game, and next points will be very important.
Good hit for the Waratahs initially, but the Brumbies get it out through Watson now. Whitfield steams up towards more meters, but this time the Waratahs over the top. Both sides struggling to win their own ball.
They really are, and that's Lemaitre again. I think that's his third for the game.
Okay, he's tapped it first.
Tapping and going, they go inside the 50. Lyons is back there in cover. Going a bit lateral. Lyons straightens and eventually will get chopped down. Now attacking the ball. Is that Lemaitre again? I don't think it is this time. Might have been Mayberry. But the Waratahs have possession. Looking to find their second score, 17-5. Mayberry. He's crunched ball and all. Lemaitre gets some easy meters through the middle, needs some help on the way through. Fittler's there to assist. Blank goes left-hand side. Now Strawn, the new man, pops it back to Mopu. Now Blank wants to go left-hand side, shifting it. Fennick hit there from Whitfield. Baxter again, always up for a tough carry as the reinforcements arrive, this time through Green.
No.
Blank tucks ahead and takes some meters on his own this time and gets the penalty for his troubles. Lungy tips it away. Mayberry offers the same. Baxter can't control it.
Sorry.
Advantage being played, the offside call.
Shot early but never made it back onside.
Watch here, number 9, Sam Watson.
Scrum called.
Probably offside to begin with, but goes for that little sneaky grab, thinking the ball's out. And that's a really great job from Sam Blank to draw the penalty, as all good number 9s do.
Substitution. 3 wide substitution.
Number 2 from Waratahs, Taylor Mayberry, will exit the field, and he's been outstanding today. Another one of those guys who's really good on the ball.
Okay. New one.
His general play around the park has been solid, despite the line out misfunctioning.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Blank, and now Tamopu picks it up from the back and winds up Big Justice. Inside 5, he crunches. Vanua. As the big boys look to do the tough stuff, and that one dropped cold. Strawn snatching at it, and that's a real coach killer.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, that hurts. When that's when this Tars team has been at their best. See a big carry from Justice Tumapo. See Fanua get involved. And Strawn just looking up before he's caught it. And see Sam Blank throwing his head back there in frustration.
You need to stay up in the contest and push.
Haven't had that many opportunities down here, and those are ones you need to take, especially when you're chasing the game, especially in heat like this where the ball is getting so hard to control. We're seeing a lot more knock-ons in this half. We're seeing a lot more breakdown penalties in this half.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
And the cries tell the story there. The Waratahs with the fresh enforcements off the bench.
Okay.
Well, you could hear the warning there from ref Todd Cummings to the Brumbies front row before that scrum. They need to stay up. And once this hit comes on from Lungy, Simmons and Strawn, you just see that tight head side. I think it's Keegan Daly who must have come onto the field, just folding in, unable to keep his feet. Nate Heppy as well.
Mark's here. You can play on if you want. If you go that way, that's fine.
The Queanbeyan Whites getting some attention.
Do you want them to move? Yeah. All right, time is off.
Nate Heppy. Bit of running of pairs on that ankle.
Hey, what was that?
Oh, for me, you've gone in and down.
But he's come under me. How am I going in and down if he's under me?
I'll look for it next time. Sure.
What's the picture of the screen? From the back, I can't see obviously who's clapping who, but like they're both just fucking like either one side.
Yeah, so for me, mate.
Plenty of discussion.
The first
For
instance
referee Cummings to deal with. 17-5 remains. Our score final.
So he needs to keep his height up.
18 or so on the clock.
Okay.
In what could be a very big day for the Brumbies across
Thank you. Hold on.
all levels.
Just wait. Good to go. Wait for the whistle.
Looking to go for the tap and go here. Fanua has control of it. The Waratahs going quickly, but a set move back to Lungy. Oh, it works a treat. And big Edwin Lungy finds 5, and here come the Tars.
That is a great set play. See everyone just doing their roles so well. The carry by Fanua initially. 3 cleaners all going very deep, holding people in at the ruck. And then just that change of direction to a big man like Lungy.
We're going to have our 5-minute
He only needs a dominant carry like that and he will be landing over that white line. Excellent play. An excellent repeated pressure from this Waratahs side.
20 seconds.
17-10. Make that 12, and it's game on. As we head towards the final 20, but before that, we'll have a quick drinks break. Part of the heat protocol here in Sydney. Tough conditions for all parties. Don't you love a set-piece tap move, Liam?
Oh, this is so good. Everyone just playing their role perfectly. Plenty of bodies lined up on that left side. Some backs on the right holding. That just creates that stretch in the defence that you need. Especially that far from the line. Your pillars around the ruck really want to fold and get to where the next phase is going to be. They've worked that to perfection, the Tars.
As we take a bit of a drinks break for the Waratahs and the Brumbies. 17-12. We'll step away now for the Brums and the Tars. And the drinks break is done and dusted. We head to our final 20 minutes coming up. The Waratahs and the Brumbies. Plenty of hydration today, Liam, for the lads.
So much. It must be hot down there. You could see in that little 20-minute period after half-time, a few more knock-ons, a few more penalties come into play. Just see that heat must be getting to them and that they're not getting to the breakdown as quickly. But this will be a great shift. The Tars coming back in after just scoring that last try. And just playing a bit more assured, doing the simple things. We spoke about the set piece, the line out in particular for the Tars, but now the scrum for the Brumbies is really starting to cost them.
17-12, final 20 to play. Can the Brumbies get their first win of the campaign? And look at the Waratahs finishing with a flourish. And again, after that drinks break, the Brumbies come up winners.
Jarvis Orr, who we've spoken about a lot today, getting himself involved there. They're going to be looking at the 3 points potentially. No, going for the line. Good decision. But the breakdown pressure really has been a talking point of this game, Geordie. Both sides, both number 7s, plenty of steals on. Both number 13s as well.
Yeah, Riley Whitfield's been very impressive for me, for the Brumbies. Illustrious in attack and D. I love a big time play for that man again now. The Brumbies have lost a bit of confidence in this second term as they hunt for some points as Lowland takes that one cleanly. And here comes the first try scorer, second try scorer for the Brumbies earlier on as that breakdown gets floated. Now it's towed ahead. And that man Whitfield will be there to save the day once again. Now brings it back with a bit of acceleration through the middle. Cleary pops it back to Jeros, the new man. He's a live wire. Well, Chase Jeros gets wrestled right on the 22 paint. Standing start. Lowland driven back in the turf. Jeros trying to find some runners. Looking to find that spark early on, chipping it over the top. This is a great play from the Brumbies. Up through the middle was Johnson. Now it pops away nicely to McAnally. Now they go down the corner. Oh, it's that man again. Whitfield in the corner. And the Brumbies find the answer.
How good was that? That had it all. Such a deft little kick there by Chase Oates. Got the momentum, no one in the backfield. Then Johnson is all over that. The pop off. Paddy McAnally does so well to stay on his feet, and Cooper Eagle, who's put himself in the right place all the time, does a great job to shift. Whitfield with the finish.
Here goes Ariel. He just gave a big rap and he comes up, trumps in a big time way there to regain that buffer for the Brumbies. 22-12.
And that's a huge change. Waratahs finally getting themselves back-to-back points. They go into a 5-minute water break. They come out the other side, concede a breakdown penalty, make a couple nifty little turnovers, but then that counter-attack from Whitfield and the backfield presence. Oates reading it like a charm.
Oates from out wide pushes that one to the left-hand side. And the score remains 22-12.
From Chase Oates, the score is 22-12 to the Brumbies.
Back underway. And the Brumbies bouncing out of a couple. This man's full of running. Breton. And that's twice he's got one over his opposite number. Fittler bumps away from him again.
And how about this centre pairing for the Brumbies, doing Breton, just showing the hard hitting. Riley Whitfield, and great on the breakdown with a great finish we just saw before. And Jeros is definitely injected some pace in and around the ruck. Collecting a little high tackle there for his troubles.
Ewald Kruger, number 2, still out there, putting in big minutes. Again, a safe line out for the Brumbies is Jeros. As the Brums want to play a bit of width now. There's Eagle lurking in that second channel. He coughs it up this time. Does the number 8. And the Waratahs spot an opportunity, and that one's launched to downtown. Easy collection there for Oates. Looks his option, wants to go aerial. Chase his own kick. Coming forward is Fennick, and he gets clobbered for his troubles. Now Dean goes in the scrum half. O'Connor dancing through the traffic. Oates on that. Oates over the top. Claims it, can't get it. Waratahs in possession through blank. Heading into our final 15 of this contest. Dean. Fennick now on the outside. The new man Archer. Can't control it. And the Brumbies end up with it. So a seesaw contest continues to be on display. Johnson. Need a half-back, find one. Eventually is Heppy back on his feet. Daly. There's plenty of subs getting a run for both sides in the final moments. Jeros sends that one. Pretty deep, but pretty kind bounce as well. You'd love to say that was part of the plan, but he'll take it either way.
Well, that's a great kick. And even if it weren't the 50-22 option, I think that's the right play. The Brumbies making the most of keeping themselves down here and keeping the Tars pinned.
Up goes Gordon. And here goes just rolling more the Brumbies. Making good meters here. Kruger's over the line, and now he's down. Brumbies go back to back. Ewald Kruger.
Well, that just looked far too easy, but that's exactly how the Brumbies would have wanted to draw it up. You get that beautiful 50-22, and then this more defense from the Tars, which was so good. They've got no one on that outside bind, able to just walk around the corner there. And Kruger almost going too far, having to reach back and place it on the line there. Really strong setup. If you watch Cleary there on that back lifter, just able to get that go forward, allowing them to roll around and shift on that outside corner. Fanua gets his head stuck in the middle. And from there, there's no stopping that momentum.
And the Brumbies well and truly in control now. And what a performance this has been. There's Oates. Waste no time and sends it. And the same result. 12 to play.
Score remains 27-12.
And those back-to-back scores are going to be really critical. The Tars now having to get 3 tries at least.
Through the hands there of Breton. Saying Ducky about. I'll just see him in some space late in this contest. Jeros. Now for Tavita Lowland. Look at big Tavita go. Oates inside the 50 and fair purchase on that. Well positioned is Fennick. And it's gone forward. He coughs it up. And it's not going to plan for the Tars today.
Not at all, but you've got to really appreciate the game management from this Brumbies side. Sam Watson, Chase Oates, Chase Garros has come on now as well. Just putting them down continually, turning those big forwards around. They've got a much bigger pack, but they've had to do so much more work getting back, getting to set piece. And then when you've got a boot like that, you don't expect those kind of easy let-outs with a drop like that. But it does just keep turning them around and playing the game in the right areas of the field.
Short up. Come back and try again. Brumbies set up the tap. And away they go. Eagle again, he's always good for a tough carry. A number of first phase errors we've seen time and time again today.
But it's the pressure from that man from the New South Wales Waratahs. Number 7, the captain, Marshall Lemaitre. He's got about 3 turnovers on the ground. He's got another couple where he's forced errors just like that. Being strong in that contest, driving right to the end. Then it makes it so much harder for those Brumbies cleaners to remove the threat and get clean ball for their halfbacks.
Clean feed for Blank. And go straight to Dean, who's looking for runners, and Fennick gets crunched from Breton. Hasn't he been a pillar in defence? As now Whenua looks to relieve the pass to O'Connor. Blank finds some space down the right hand side. Sam Blank, 1-on-1, gets away from Tangikaki Bow, but the sideline will take him into charge. He's running out of room in the end. And it's going to be a penalty for a bit of afters as well.
Jacob Johnson there with the unnecessary push on the ground. It's been deemed.
Simons hits his way towards the 22. Now they come through Wilson. Blank wants to get some moving down this left-hand side. Fennick, palms open too, and now gets it past to no one in the end.
And unfortunately, that's the consistency we've seen today from that Waratahs side. Some great plays like that snipe up the short side from Sam Blank, but then just as often they're throwing balls out to touch. Little knock-ons. No reliability at the line-out, and it's shown in the scoreline.
Substitution, Aaron Brennan comes onto the field for Isaac Whenua.
Lowland safe off the top. He gets it away to Giros eventually, and now pitched away again from Blank. He's been great since coming onto the field early in this contest, replacing Grover. So the Waratahs are running out of time, but won't go down without a fight. Blank fires away to Milpu. Former age-grade captain for the Tars, part of the system for a long time, as Fittler has a carry. Zach Fittler, good charge for the inside centre. Spins it left-hand side. Brennan back onto the park. Same way they go. Dean, forced to come back into the traffic. The line speed is good from the Brumbies early on. The runner's waiting. Green this time. It's just one-out stuff at the moment. Fennick gets his hands on it, first receiver. Now for Fittler. Over the top they go. Bounce pass to Lemaitre. Lemaitre's got a bit of toe about him. Down the right-hand flank. Need a scrum half. Blank gets there. Just, but a bit of carry on. for the Brumbies, and now they get another penalty. Going quickly is Lemaitre. Lemaitre hits! Lemaitre scores! A captain's knock from Marshall Lemaitre.
Doesn't he deserve it? We've got a yellow card coming there too. But that's what we saw in the last New South Wales try as well. Take those quick taps, get rid of the set piece, and just go. Absolutely bumps Will Trostel out of the way. Doing a great job under 2 tacklers there to get the ball to ground. He's been without a doubt the Waratahs' best on field today by some margin.
Dean, to make it 8, the difference coming around, not enough. 27-17 is your score. Brumbies down to 14. 5 to play.
This game's still very much in the balance. The Tars can keep playing quickly, keep playing through like Lemaitre just saw there. They can put some tries on the board.
And the Brumbies in no rush here. Not even in frame yet. Taking their sweet old time.
You just see the gamesmanship there. They're smart play as well. Try and burn as much clock time as you can.
So expect to see some outright attack here for the Waratahs. All or nothing. Blank. Straight away they get to an edge, and that one's skied away. Coming forward, Tangikaki Bow. He's try some feet and eventually wrapped up over the top there from Baxter. Left-hand side through Gordon. Oates again off a standing start, sends along over the top. Easy pickings in the end. In the wide channels for the Waratahs. Lowland. Brumbies in control as that one off his non-preferred boot there. And 2 of the worst kicks you ever see.
Yeah, not sure what Chase Oates was hoping for, but the decision justified by just as bad a kick there on the way back from the Tars winger.
Fletcher Burrows in the 16 jersey, getting some good minutes at the end. Alongside Arnfield as well in the 17. And reinforcements for the Brumbies as Bukiot shifts that one. Out to Gerald, who gets it ripped away and thrown into the turf. Daly. And Lemaitre again, he's such a presence over the ball.
There really is not much else he can do, this man, to get his team back in the fight.
Fennick dummies and goes Fennick. Here goes Louis on the inside, passes just below the knees and unable to be reined in. We head to the final 2 minutes of action. And what looks to be a sensational victory for the Brumbies. They were down and out. Going down to the Force and the Reds. And they've turned up here today and delivered a passionate, spirited performance that all Brumbies fans should be proud of.
There it is again, the holding on penalty. We had plenty of those today. A lot going to the man in the Waratahs number 7 jersey, Marshall Lemaitre. But equally, this Brumbies, and particularly the Brumbies outside backs, have just continued to apply pressure anytime the Tars have tried to get around them. Not sure who that was that time, but Whitfield's popped in with a few. Chase Oates has put his head over the ball. Breton has been strong at the breakdown as well.
Is there time for one more for the Brumbies? Gordon, who's had an almighty shift, the big lock. It's at the back with Burrows. Name by nature, as his head is burrowing towards the chalk. Geros directing traffic, but still inching forward are the Brumbies. And here they come, bit of momentum. Peeling off left-hand side before regaining a bit of structure. They've lost their way a little bit here, but peeling off is Arnfield. Is he caught short? He is. Picking and going. Can they have the final say? Bookio coughs it up. And after all that, they will fall short.
Substitution coming after the 80th here, but I would have loved to finish that one off because that was a great maul setup. Burrows at the back, but you could just see the length of the maul in front of him. The Tars many times having to creep up the side and then pull back out. Doing a great job even here just to recycle that ball and let it keep playing. Arnfield being able to get very close.
Once that time expires, it will be. Once you guys have binded up, I'll call time on.
This will almost certainly be
Time is now on.
last play coming up.
Bind! Set!
Full arm as blank goes quickly. Fittler shifting it. Away they go through Fennick on the outside through O'Connor. O'Connor's going to stretch the legs. O'Connor back on the inside. And that's the story of the day. Bookio's back there in cover.
Good steal.
The steal is good and there's still time for more.
Getting up.
And there's 10 extra as well. Tamopu has control of it. He taps and goes. Fittler goes left-hand side. Poor pass, but Fennick scoops it up. Blake, left-hand side again. Dylan Simons.
No. Punish. Got it. No,
Another penalty goes away with the sky blue.
Mark's back here. For me, you haven't beat the ruck. Hands.
It's getting a little bit scrappy to finish. Brumbies will take the win. But this Tars side not showing any quit. Marching their way up the field from a 5-metre scrum. Bredden thought he'd had the turnover here.
Just here, mate. Watch it.
Brendan juggles and down it goes, and that's sort of the story of the campaign for the Waratahs. The line out off cue again, and the Brumbies will send that one on the hill, and the Brumbies with a sensational victory over the Waratahs, and they end their campaign with a win. Full-time score, Brumbies 27, the Waratahs 17. And that's an 80-minute performance right there from the Brumbies. It took them 3 weeks to get there, but they show what they can do.
Well, that looks like the Brumbies you'd expect. That looks like translating down from that senior squad to that next-gen squad. Very, very clinical as we look back at the tries here, and it was the Tars who started off the second half really, really well after a big run from Whenua. Fenwick just couldn't be stopped once they had that momentum going forward. And here he is again, Whenua putting himself in the right place, and a lovely set move to put Edwin Lungi one-on-one, 2 metres away from the try line. You are not going to stop the big man. But this was excellent. Chase Oates putting it in the back for Johnson, who just keeps that ball alive. Just staying alive, gets it to Cooper Eagle, who was great today, and Whitfield, probably my man of the match today. A strong finish in the corner. But this is where the forwards started to take it. You could just see number 8, Cooper Eagle, Oscar Cleary there on the backside of that maul, able to turn it around, shift the position, and get a really nice score. But then it was the man of the day for the Waratahs, Marshall Lemaitre, put himself everywhere, never stopped trying. Bumps 3 on his way to the line.
Here's a name you will need to get used to hearing because he's some sort of talent. As you see, the full breakdown for you. 4 tries to 3. The Brumbies 27-17. Oates 2 from 4 on the conversion side of things. The Waratahs did have a good fight back, but in the end, it wasn't enough. And good to see the Brumbies get a victory in what's been a very entertaining 3 weeks of Super Rugby Next Gen. Liam Wright, what a competition.
It's exactly what you'd hope to get out of it. The Reds winning all 3 games. The Tars, who started with a 97-5 demolition of the Force, but then the Force coming back, getting a good win over the Brumbies. The Brums getting a great win today. It's just what you want. A great competition coming up for Aussie Rugby and a lot of players that stuck their hands up.
Shows there was talent across the country, no doubt. And that will wrap up our coverage of Super Rugby Next Gen across all our commentary team. Lockie Gray, Nick Frisbee, Liam Wright alongside me. Of course, our production team traveled the country over the last 3 weeks to make it all happen. We thank you. And until next time, my name is Jordan Hughes. Bye for now.